Fred, and to all our viewers today. This issue around the funding of free education, which has borne fruits since the year 2003. And I'm speaking as one of the beneficiaries, full beneficiaries of the free primary education and the subsidized high school education. But on the other hand, I really want to thank the CS Mbadi for being free with Kenyans and telling Kenyans how the reality is. Because for the past 3-4 years, schools and school heads and teachers and parents have been complaining of how they have been required by schools to make extra payments on their school fees. And this has been given to light yesterday by the CS that the government has been unable to fully fund the free education as required. Now, this issue, we as Kenyans, we also have to understand that we've been calling on the government's relooking in the budget of this country especially in the wake of last year, when we requested that instead of asking the government to increase taxes to fund various projects, we asked them that they should relook at the budget. And we see that these are some of the now implications of the government trying to reduce the budget deficit instead of extra borrowings and extra taxations. But on the other hand, I also feel that education, being one of the important pillars of this nation, I think there should be something which should be done. Like, they should have looked into other sectors, but ensure that the education is not affected highly. Because we say that education is an equalizer, but when they are creating this kind of scenario, it means that now we are going back to where many households were unable to afford education. And it can be just one way of trying that we reduce the number of those people who are not educated. Because also there is a high pressure on the government to provide employment to those Kenyans who are learned, but there is no employment. And when you see this kind of policies coming in place, it means that there is someone somewhere who feels like when they make education expensive, few people will get education, and therefore few people will have to mount pressure on the government to provide employment. You can see when the government also increased the grading of those people, of the learners joining the university to a C+. They got to a point where they said, no, we have to go back to higher grades. So that means that now they will require few people joining the universities and higher institution of learning. Therefore, they will have to reduce now the number of graduates who will demand employment. And this is all due to the pressure which now currently the Kenyan people, most of the youths, are pushing now the government to provide the jobs. Because you have educated the youths. Now after educating them, what next? You have to give them employment.
And it's a very interesting idea that you give there.